Fashion Industry Broadcast and Style Planet TV are proud to bring you their new Netflix original series, The Girl's Guides to the World of Designer Fashion. This new 6-part series explores the seductive world of designer fashion. Series 1, The History of Lingerie. Series 2, The Legend of the Designer Bag. Series 3, The Mystery of the High Heel. Series 4, American Fashion. Series 5, Italian Fashion. And Series 6, Paris Fashion.
The Fille brand is no stranger to controversy. For over 10 years, the Belgian lingerie brand has courted both celebration and scorn for their eroticized designs and candid perspective on female sexuality in a post-feminist society. Designed for comfort, quality and kink, rarely has lingerie been so lascivious or so thought-provoking. The thematic intent of Fille can be sourced from its origins in its title. Translated as Daughter of O, the name is a reference to the controversial French narrative story of O, a powerfully erotic tale of submission and slavery in which a successful female photographer succumbs to the dangerous allure of a mysterious dominant man. The heroine relinquishes her independence to become a willing object of desire, enduring bondage and a great many sexual torments in order to prove her love and win the eternal appreciation of her master. Suffice to say, Story of O is not feminist literature, but Muriel Cher, founder of Fille and a powerful advocate for women, was fascinated with the dichotomy of the narrative. She felt it spoke to an issue many women are familiar with, but few are willing to address in public. We consider ourselves liberated and post-feminists, but still are aching to please and be adored. It's hard to combine that loathing and love of attention. The dichotomy is a journey of self-discovery and expression that Belgian designer hopes many women will join her on. And considering her devoted fan base both in Europe and increasingly in the United States, Cher has managed to strike a chord with her beliefs. Cher has always been captivated by lingerie, but it was during her time a designer in fashion school she realized just how much she preferred working with curves and contours of the human body. After graduating, Cher worked for a number of fashion companies, an experience that left her disillusioned with the industry, preoccupied with unrealistic artistry and the practical applications of the garments they can see. The designer wished to create avant-garde pieces within the grounded framework of reality. And so she followed her passion for lingerie by opening Fille. Starting as a team of one within her own house, Cher modelled her first collection after her graduation, Betty Page versus Lolita. The never-ending struggle between sex siren and innocent that Cher believes many women are familiar with. The fabrics used in the collection reflected the theme, an eclectic mix of cotton, black leather and see-through mesh. Cher believes to reflect the duality of womanhood, this is the theme that has become a consistent motif of Fille. Bodysuits, exposed breasts and the notion of bondage are all played in a key conceptual role within their lingerie designs, just as these other concepts play a key role within the story of O. One day, I can be a mother, an entrepreneur, a woman, a girlfriend, and a boss, as well as an object of lust. I want my lingerie to support that. Titillating though it might be, the notion of kink in lingerie isn't exactly revolutionary. What separates the label from their competition is the quality of their handmade designs and their dedication to the comfort of women, no matter what shape or form. Cher was also interested and fascinated with the evolution of lingerie. After discovering that capsizes are a relatively new concept in the world of undergarments, the lingerie designer decided to incorporate traditional made-to-measure ideals with modern sizing as a means to offer women a more robust selection of lingerie. Single Brow by Fille can be adjusted to fit 3 separate contours. While this gives her clients 3 times the flexibility, it means the far less stock is sold. But Cher doesn't seem to mind. She's more interested in the women that can potentially help make the profits that she's potentially making. And as she humorously points out, her reinvention of the bra earns her a special place in lingerie's designer heaven. It's a grounded approach to femininity the designer extends to her campaigns. Cher famously refuses to digitally enhance models in any way, preferring to find beauty in the sometimes confronting confines of reality. I feel fooled with all this touching up and improving of the goodness that surrounds us. It bores the hell out of me. I want to see the bruises and the skin because it Makes me happy to see you're out there. Her outlook hasn't always been well received. In 2010, a particularly suggestive campaign entitled Catfight drew ire for its supposed depiction of domestic violence. A campaign involving two models in the throes of a heated struggle towed the thin line between advocating violence and expressing the passionate eroticism at the core of the label's philosophy. Cher isn't afraid to step into the spotlight herself in order to advocate her unique perspective on sex. The designer released a no-holds-barred autobiography in 2005, following it up 2 years later with Cruise of Hur, an intimate recounting of the 58 lovers she held prior to the release of the book. She was also instrumental in the release of the films Je fais du porno et j'aime ça, or I Can Make Porn and I Like It. The film, orchestrated as a stunt by a radio show in Denmark, depicted real couples having sex and was so powerful it was banned from television. The Fille is clearly not for every woman. Their sensuous adaptation of bondage themes and contentious views on female sexuality will continue to ruffle feathers, but for Cher, the controversy means little. What has always been most important to the designer remains at the top of her priorities, aiding the women who look to lingerie as a means of improving their lives. She may embrace her submissive side, but Cher speaks volumes about the power of women through her label. In French, a bra is called un soutien, which means support. We support women's self-esteem, beauty, awareness, and how they want to show themselves, hide or empower themselves. I want women to drop all the ideas we have about beauty. The Belgian designer launched her first collection in 2003 with only one goal in mind, which is to empower women who have been through tough situations in their life. She did this not by therapy or counseling. No, she did this through experimental yet comfortable lingerie. Cher's luxe undergarments were handmade in Belgium and crafted with the purest, finest quality products. Cher's love to embrace the female body with curved shapes and defined contour lines, giving the lingerie a daring look, with cutouts giving it a unique sex appeal. Her mono-wide bras, mid-rise thongs and high-rise briefs raise a couple of eyebrows with the unexpected graphic cutouts, the striking sensuality as mentioned in Cher's know-how. The media portrayed younger women to the world and gave a misjudged message about women who look so womanly. Mother and creative marker, she put her femininity on the test and made sure the Fille lingerie was suited for any shape or form and age and colour to make you feel strong, powerful in your own skin and send a message that you're not alone. She made lingerie with the inspiration and intelligence of women around her. With swimwear and outerwear that others can't, won't or dare to make, all her designs need to show the true meaning of self-loving that will surprise and support her consumers. She makes sure that every garment she creates will be guilt-free with no regrets when it came to selling it. Cher's designs are built to last for 6 months. I wanted to show you what I make. Worn by women I love. Yes, this means they're Photoshop free. Women are driven by the curiosity and the fantasy of lust for life. Women you don't see in the media. She didn't long for vague instructions from a religious or world point of view, but a guideline by women who lived by who they truly were, by sharing their stories, and that's the only moral she was going to stand by. Unlike other lingerie brands, Cher doesn't follow the hype. She creates looks that are as timeless as possible and will work with most wardrobe styles, support women from a diverse number of different cultures so they're during a diverse number of phases in their lives. She even has a mastectomy bra and a breastfeeding bra in her collection, which is really cool. She likes to know what goes on under our clothes and on our skin. She keeps sources local and sustainable. We only work with Ecotex certified suppliers, so no toxic dyes or coatings of our products on your skin. She loves working with local family-run businesses because they seem to be the ones creating the most modern and surprising new fabrics. Since 2003, she has made 9 collections, and the newest one is called This Hard, This Fast. When you look at the website, all I can say, it's wow, it's unique. I love how she names the products with the names such as To Myself, Mean Sweet, Into Dust. And another thing I realised is she wasn't lying when she said it's Photoshop free. As in every shot of the models you can see pubic hair, cellulite, scarring. It's honestly a breath of fresh air. And when you open a site, you see things you don't often see on Instagram or in a women's magazine.